Mufc Realist TV is back in the house. We're gonna party. I look like Sheikh Mohammed, Sheikh Yassim, whatever you call it. Yeah, I'm dressed like Manchester United. Oh my God, Jarvis, we needed these 3 points.
Yes.
It was scrappy.
Yes.
It was shit. It was VR controversials again. They don't love us. They hate us. We didn't pay tax to the PGOML, whatever you call it. But at the end of the day, Captain Bruno comes in and steps us and saves us 3 points, baby.
Yeah. 3 points, Bruno.
Three. Anyway, welcome everyone to the stream. It was a nervous time, to be honest. And sometimes it was a little bit of a snore fest, you know, like you'd be taking some Valium or some other drugs in a way. But, it was kind of unusual in the first half to see in the first 7 to 9 minutes that we actually scored and got choked off again. What did you see about the VR decision? I mean, I had Ivo Bosic talking to me. He used to be a referee for 20 years in the, in the watchalong. Do you reckon it wasn't an offside? It was a partial offside, or what is the ruling saying? I just didn't get it. Was it because he was attacking the ball, or?
At the moment, it's the first time I see the referee go to the byline to watch it. An offside position, I think they're making it up as they go. The referees. How could they rule that as an offside? Okay, maybe if you go by the book, he was in offside, Maguire, and it was partly involved with the play, but no offside for me. And when you see the precedents from all the other games, City had one when they had the guy in offside. So yeah, it's harsh, too harsh. It takes away the fun of the game. Take away the fun of the game.
Yeah,
all of the goals we are sitting there waiting for the VAR. I can't even celebrate anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking. Baldy was furious. Like, was going at the fourth referee and say, "What more can we do? Like, everything we do, you're against this. Come on, guys." And look at the celebration. I'm looking at it right now. How much this meant to him to actually get that 1-0. Guys, stick around. Have a sip on your coffee. I know you're just coming into the stream. Let's do this. Let's get ready to rumble. Come on, guys. We won.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world
on MUFC Realist TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
And we say hi all to you. Hi, Fatty in the building. Neil Driscoll also is here. You know what? We got to call out because we need to celebrate a little bit. I know it was a dire performance. I know what everyone is thinking, but I said in the watch along what we did, and I say in the pre-match that I said, look, at the end of the day, I just want 3 points.
Yeah, 3 points, 3 vital points. We needed those points.
3 vital points. Yeah. Guys, big good win. What RJ was saying, 100%. Jolly, I mean, they're usually a little bit of a more, pessimistic, but today it's a little bit more optimistic. Big up to you. Hope allt är bra in my broken Norwegian. It feels good to get the 3 points today. Onana was the keeper and the lovely Pelistri Bruno magic at the end of the game. Yeah, I take it. At least we saw a little bit. Jarvis, you remember when we set the on Friday yesterday when we had the match preview, and I said, the starting lineup, the front line, but I wanted to see Garnacho, Højlund, and Pelistri. We got to see that.
Nah, well, not at the same time because Højlund was subbed when Pelistri came on. But yeah, I get your regret.
Yeah, I get that. Darren, what you're saying here, same old crap, but who scores wins. Yeah, 100% what it is. It wasn't good enough, but bad enough to lose either. Yeah, 100%. It's like a jagged little pill. We won. It's like a red pill to swallow. But you can, what did you take about the first half? Like, and it was a little bit of a jogging fest. We were too slow, too scared to play out from the back, and we just didn't have. I mean, it looked like a team that didn't want to concede.
Well, my take on the first half, I think we tried. We had we played like tactically good. We set up in triangles from the side when Dallo shifted into the midfield and Eriksson dropped back, and suddenly we made it 2 against 1 with Iwobi in the middle with Bruno and Dallo. So he was always the vocal point from Eriksson, and we could set up Garnacho on the wing. So we did that all the time. We repeated that pattern all the time. So if people don't see we have a pattern of play, they don't have eyes, in my opinion. But the other thing I think we lacked was a little bit of rhythm when we were going forward. The passes were coming behind the runners and stuff like that. So it was always like a little bit stopping up and go. So the flow of the first half wasn't really good, but the guys worked hard, and we should have been up 1-0 at halftime.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not going to big up the performance because the performance was non-existent unless it was in the final 10 minutes when we saw something happening. But, what can you do? Like at the end of the day, Marlene Patel is got a spot on here with this, message to say all the people in the media now and Ten Hag will moan tomorrow on TV because Manchester United got a win and they got nothing else to talk about. Yeah, it's been too dire, Marlene, It's been the media's been thriving, because we haven't been so good lately either. But big up for all of you. We deserve this. We deserve to wake up tomorrow and feeling a little bit more positive, at least going into Copenhagen on Wednesday for the Champions League, which is a must-win game as well, Jarvis, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Copenhagen, we have to win that game because if we not win, we will be out of the Champions League. So it's a win or die at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, big up Footy Live.
Yeah, same old rubbish what you say, but a win is a win. I take that. Anything right now. 100%, guys. Footy, if you want to come in, have your say. Welcome. It's just me and Jarvis here today. Elian Tanner as well. If you want to come in, have a say. Big up to you, Elian Tanner, Peter. Big up me, Jarvis, and TV. That was well needed. Big up to our Way fans as well. Top notch. Well, the Way fans deserve this, Peter. 100% did.
The away fans was massive. You can hear them all the time during the game. They were singing, they were chanting. It was really good. I like the away fans when we go to London. They are really good. So and the traveling guys from Manchester. So they made an impact, and I think they helped out the team today. We could hear them all the time chanting and singing and supporting our guys.
Yeah, they were amazing, guys. They were amazing. I want to bring up something that I want to discuss with you. We got to have a crisis meeting regarding Anthony Dos Santos. I like to criticize what critics is due, but the guy was absolutely waste of space today. Didn't offer anything, gave a ball away. He just totally lost. Why do you think Ten Hag is playing? Is it because of the prize money, or is it his signing, or because he offers nothing at the moment?
I think his head is not in the right place. You could see it when he came on from in the City game. He wasn't in balance. So I think we shouldn't be starting him at the moment. We should give him a couple of weeks to land again after all this what happened in Brazil. So he had a bad game, yes, but we know he's a good player, so we just need to give him a little bit time. He's a young kid. I don't know, he's 22 years old, so it's not easy always when it comes to this.
Ivo is saying to you here regarding that. Yeah, I totally agree, but it's so positive to see young police coming in and offering more in 10 minutes what he did in 80 minutes, you know what I mean? Or in 2 games in total. So I think he should be dropped, to be honest, right? Garnacho did well, I think, although he showed more attackiness on the left wing. Højlund huffed and puffed. He didn't get much service. The big question mark is why is even Antonio Dos Santos playing ahead of Mason Mount, that's carrying number 7, the iconic shirt number 7, doesn't even get a game. So I think that at the same time, I think that Ten Hag is resting a lot of players for the Champions League. So he got away with that. Welcome, Tom, journalist, to this stream. Tomo, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, guys, how we doing?
Hey, big up, Tom.
Yeah, good.
Big up.
Yeah, what's your comment? What's on your mind? Like, you said something like, shit performance. There were 3 points. I take that. Yeah.
Listen, we all agreed last night we'd take anything. I didn't care how we scored. I didn't care how we played, really, to be honest, because I never expected us to, set the fire alight, really. And the way that we played, it was very, season-esque, really. We played the same sort of football all season, and the comments that he made in the press conference before the game, anyway. This, notion of that he's come out fighting and this, that, yeah, he might have come out fighting. The players didn't. They didn't. And on any other given day, if that was against a better team with more quality in the final third up front, they would have realised that why are we respecting Manchester United? Fulham showed us far too much respect. They didn't go for the game as much as other teams have done in recent weeks. And those teams that did in recent weeks, they get something from the game, either a draw or they win. Most of the time that they've won in the last couple of weeks. But listen, the performance, it was what it was. It was rubbish, as it has been for the last couple of weeks. But I already said before the game anyway, I'd take anything, guys. I don't care. I just want to win. I don't care how we win. Just win. I could not care.
Hands up.
Fluky,
I go with the
fluky goal, VAR decision, penalty. I couldn't care. I don't care. Just win.
Win, lose, draw. Just get it over the line, like Barman says here. I couldn't believe so many misplaced passes by Ericsson as well. Yeah, there was nobody really. I mean, if you're going to go and rate the man of the match, I can't really pick one. It has to go to Bruno for scoring that goal, I guess. I don't know, but it was a weird one. Like because Fulham was not at the races either. No, it looked like nobody wanted to win. Nobody wanted to attack. Yeah, it was just boring.
I think for both teams, it was more about not losing the game. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
anyway. Especially towards the last 20 minutes, because those sort of times you look at it and you normally think, well, who's going to go for it? And there's one more team that will push on for the result than the other. And normally that is the team that's chasing for something in the season. Fulham, they did well last season in 10th place, but they had a superstar goal scorer in Mitrovic, and they've lost that now. So trying to push for anything more than 10th is going to be a struggle for them. Whereas us, we're fighting for something. We're fighting for the top four. We want to get back into the Champions League again for next season. But if you're balancing it off of that performance, you get nowhere. And then this sudden notion of, well, we've won 3 Premier League away games for the first time. I think it's since December 2010 or 21. Like, what notion is that, guys? We've not played well. It's as simple as that. If you go away to Anfield, you won't get a result playing like that. You go away to anywhere, City, any top team, even going away to, when we were discussing it before, going away to Brentford or something. Whenever should we be worried about that, guys? We shouldn't. But even like what Barman's saying here with Ericsson and the passing and everything, listen, none of the players strung 5 passes together. There was one point, I think it was about 15 minutes into the game, I thought there was a good pattern of the move, but then as soon as we played it down the line to Anthony, he had the space in front of him to accelerate away, and he chose not to. I don't know why you didn't choose to just run the space, get the yards up the field. I don't care if it comes to nothing. You move the team up the field. That's what good teams do. You're not always going to be able to cut inside and go for broke and go for gun. And that's what we was discussing, last night when we were saying about such as Martinelli, for example, with Arsenal. He does that well. Even if he's not going direct and they're going to impact the game, he'll take the ball up the field, and it means that you can compact the opposition's half, and then you've got control of the game. But we didn't do that anyway. But listen, enough said. We got the win, and that's all I think a lot of us care about anyway. I don't care. I don't really care. And the performance, you could carbon copy what we've said before.
True that, mate. We are 33 likes. Please, where are you people? We won the game. Wherever you are, just come into the stream. It's the after party. Jarvis, it feels like we went to the pub and we had a competition. We were served a Budweiser close to water, and it's fizzed out and lukewarm, piss warm, right? So we had a competition who could finish it first, right? You know how disgusting that is, like a lukewarm pint of Budweiser. And We tried, and we were gonna, and we came into the dying seconds of the game.
As you call it in Sweden. Yeah. That's like the point 2.5% beer that they sell at the store in Sweden. Doesn't taste good.
No, but this is kind of the performance. It's like a lukewarm beer. Nobody likes to drink a lukewarm beer, right?
Yeah.
A warm beer.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a cold beer. So I get that. But at the end of the day, the knock-on effect is 3 points. What Jamie Wynn was saying is vital, and that's all I see as well, guys.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Mick, I just wanted. Oh, sorry. Just continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to dig in.
I'm just going to make myself a coffee.
Yeah, okay. I just want to dig into the stats of the game. We had the 55% ball possession, and Fulham had 45% ball possession. So there was in a way an even game. When it comes to XG, expected goals, Fulham had 1.0 and we had 0.73. So they had a higher expected goal when it comes to the game, and they had 18 shots and we only had 12. But when it comes to efficiency, we had 5 on target. They only had 2 on target. So in a way, I think Fulham struggled because they have lost Mitrovic, that new guy Muniz, and who was that guy coming on, Vinicius. They were toothless up front. So I don't think Fulham would have scored if they have played this game 10 times in a row, because they didn't have anything when it comes to a threat. Onana had very good saves on the shots, but in a way, I think he has an unorthodox style. So when he saves, it looks really fantastic. But we had one shot that came straight on him, and he was just fisting it over the bar, and he was like flying in the air. So it's like a Hollywood save in my mind. What's your take on that, Tom?
Yeah, I think even with Onana today, it was a lot more disciplined and it was a lot better. But the one thing again that we saw, primarily was one of the things that Ten Hag pointed out. I didn't bring Andre Onana in to just play long ball. That's what we did most of the time. It was almost put it in the mixer and hope for the best. And again, we go to the same point that we were saying before. They couldn't string 5 passes together. So when you can't do that, that's the only option. You have to go long. Yeah. And as much as he wants to say that he doesn't have the players to play that way, listen, he had a lot lesser players last season who could play at least 5 passes together. It wasn't perfect, but it was intricate. And it was on the move to go forwards. Even today, like, playing the ball sideways, it felt we was a bit dodgy because there wasn't that connection with one another of the players. And if I had to sort of give credit to a lot of the players, I think Maguire, to be fair to him, had a decent game. I don't think he was. I don't think he was terrible. I think he had a pretty decent game.
I agree.
Up against a centre half that wasn't ever going to try and do him for pace. It was more of a physical duel. I thought he did well in that element of the game. And Wan-Bissaka as well. I thought, especially running back to his own goal, like we was discussing with the Newcastle game with Deloa on the right-hand side, it was almost as if he completely switched off and he didn't know to actually track the runs of wide players. We didn't get into that position today where we was getting running behind on because Fulham didn't have the players that had the legs to do that.
But Dallo had good awareness a couple of times when he saved us because of his pace, and he recovered a really good from behind when Wilson was set up from. He had one on the back post in the first half, especially that was really vital when it comes to his awareness and defensive play. So I wouldn't say that Dallo had a bad game. I think it was okay. He was average plus in my opinion.
Yeah, I think a lot of the players were probably average. Like you wouldn't. I think if you're going to give a man of the match any sort of a score, you'd probably give them a 6 or a 7. Maybe a 7 is the highest, but that's about it. And the rest of the team, you'd probably say below par 5. And if you wanted to go even lower than that and drop some of the players down, listen, players like Anthony, mate, I don't even know what score to give him. I did honestly, and this might seem hard. I'd probably give him a 1. I really would, because defensively he wasn't tracking back to cover for Willian when he was on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So Wan-Bissaka was very isolated with 2 players running at him. He couldn't pass the ball very well, even when he was trying to play it through to midfield. It was almost as if he didn't know where Eriksen or Fernandes was when they was progressing more up the field. And even from a physical output, Anthony Robertson, especially for that one challenge in the first half where he tried a flick and it didn't go through the player's legs, and then he's lunged in and he's gone into the advertisement boards. Yeah, the guy's I don't know what's up with it. He was almost as if he lost composure and he just lost his head. And you can't do that in the Premier League. You just can't. If you lose your head, you already know the intensity of the crowd. That's the opposite of what you want to happen for when you're playing against a team in the Premier League. Because if you give them that sort of inspiration or atmosphere, it's just going to set the the fire paper, and then ultimately you're going to go on to the end of the game where 5 or 6 passes, like I was saying before, 5 or 6 passes in the game. If you have a player like Anthony who's out wide, as I was saying before, they had those 4 or 5 passes, Jarvis, but then he played out to him and he had the space to run the line. He wasn't going to run into the box because Robinson was going to cover the area, but take the ball to the corner flag, and then you can move your players up the field. So then you have more bodies to aim for, to pick a pass for, if you're struggling for options. But he didn't want to do that today. But on the opposite flank, when I saw Garnacho, he tried to do that a couple of times, but he couldn't get past the player most of the time because Fulham was very solid with the low block. So I wasn't blaming Garnacho so much for that because he didn't have as much of the space to run into because they narrowly widened that side of the field because they know Garnacho's direct and and if you give him the space, he'll take the ball down the line. Whereas with Anthony, he's not doing that at the moment. But even when people want to say, well, what's actually happened with this player? And the Eredivisie and the Premier League is completely different. But even in the Champions League games, when I've seen him play for Ajax, he knows how to take the ball to the line. Even if he can't put it in with his right foot, take the ball down the line when you have the space to do it. That's the one thing that in that last 10 minutes, Robinson especially, in the last 10 minutes, he had the opposite player who was doing that to him, which was Palestra. And as soon as Palestra come on and he took the ball to the byline, we could see then that there was that progression and it gave us that other option. And for me, Jarvis, listen, I'd give him I would go down really low with Anthony because I'm not seeing anything now, nothing.
I see here Drex comes in with a interesting comment. He say, Tom, with McTominay on the pitch, you can't string 4 or 5 passes together. And then you were pointing out that we were struggling with the passing play. So do you agree? Is it McTominay's fault or is it the average performance of the team?
Listen, we've played, with McTominay and without McTominay, and we still can't string 5, 6 passes together. And if we're being honest, guys, I think we've tried near enough every pattern with midfielders now. Every combination we've tried, and it's just not working. Even when we played Amrabat and Casemiro together, when they're both fully fit to play, it defensively solidifies us, but it doesn't give us any option going forward. That's the problem. So it's almost as if you're losing the progressiveness in midfield when you play the two of them together. And when neither of them played today, we saw with Fulham, transitionally on the counter-attack, they had chances. Iwobi, especially when he picked the ball up from the centre circle and he drove completely out the heart of us. Johnny Evans and Maguire didn't know what they were doing when they were running back to their own goal. It was almost as if worry and sort of face the opposite. But with McTominay is anyway, listen, he is what he is. Put him in the 20, put him in the 18-yard box of the opposition half. He's a threat. He's a handful. But put him in your own half and try and make him have an impact on the game. Either, I can't remember who made the comment anyway, but I agree with him anyway, where he said, he can't string 4 or 5 passes together. If you give McTominay the ball, he's not going to make a progressive pass. So that's what we are wanting to do. If you're wanting to get up the field, you need to be progressive with the ball. He's not that. And he doesn't want to drive with the ball anymore. Like when he came into the team with Mourinho, he wanted to show for the ball and run and drive with it. He doesn't do that anymore. And I'm concerned really around if we're playing him, why we're actually starting him. Because he's the sort of player, if I'm being honest, when it comes to the 80th minute in this sort of game, you bring on.
He's the one to bring in, yeah.
He's the sort of
that's my
player
point too, Tom. That's what I always said about him. He's a spot player. He's somebody that comes in, 10 minutes, 15 minutes left of the game, and he plays the spot, meaning in the 6-yard box. That's where he's lethal, And as soon as you start him, you never. He's like a. Sorry, my language. I'm going to use a little bit of humor, but as soon as you get cockroaches in your house, it's hard to get rid of. So, but. You know what I mean? That's the last thing they want to go. But big up anyway. So I know it wasn't pretty today, but I'm just happy now. And I'm sorry I forgot to unmute myself. So you probably heard all the single conversation that I had with my wife there in the background.
No, we
You
didn't
know?
hear anything, so it's
No,
okay.
we didn't hear
You shouldn't worry.
I got my coffee. Big up to you.
Very good.
And later we will
Yeah.
celebrate with a glass of wine. I think is more. We needed this. We needed to relax. And whatever we have to do on Wednesday, I believe that he was resting a lot of players. He was rotating players today because he sees the Champions League on Wednesday in Copenhagen more important. Because if we win there, we have a chance to stay in the Champions League. What do you reckon, Tom?
He has to win that game because
Yes, hang on
what
a
really,
second.
what did we bust so much of an effort last season to do to get into the Champions League, to just go out of it in the group stages? That's the one thing that we all said in recent years, even with Ollie, was when we're in the group stages, we struggle to get out of it. Even when the odds are with us, with the teams that we're playing against, the quality's not there with the opposition, but we're still struggling. Copenhagen come to Old Trafford and they played ball. They stuck to a game plan and they played the principles of how they wanted to play. They looked at United's weaknesses and thought, we can have them in these certain areas, which is our strengths. And they made them their own. And especially when you're going away to them, that's going to be difficult. So even if with what we've seen today, where he rested a lot of the players that we were all expecting to play that game, likes of Varane, likes of maybe Mason Mount to play in the game, they're going to have to play. And I'm not being funny, there needs to be a different sort of system, because if they play the way that they do today, Copenhagen, they're looking at it from the perspective of, we can still get out of this group as well. We've got points. We can still play a certain way. They gave Bayern Munich a decent game on the first opening chapter of it. Then when you go with Galatasaray as well, there's a potentially a game you could still win there. And if you play and beat United, well, there's 9 points potentially, or 7 points that can get you into the final stages of the Champions League. And for us, I said it before anyway, if we're going to go out of this group, I'd rather finish last. I don't want to go Europa League.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here on Thursday nights anymore. And I made the point, if Man United go into the Europa League, I will never watch the Europa League. Even if we get to the final, I'm not bothered. I don't care.
Tom, you are aware that the Europa League will probably be our last hope to get Champions League next season. So if we qualify for the Europa League, we will go full throttle in that tournament.
Or even finish fifth.
Every game.
Yeah. But Jarvis, we already know what's going to happen with that. We'll come up against a bogey team like Sevilla or something, and we'll bottle it. That's what. So when we're going on about going into the Europa League, we're hanging our hat on winning a tournament in Europe. We know European officials are against English clubs, so you're not going to get any decisions for you. And we also know that this team going away from home in Europe is shocking. So what are we? I don't really know what to expect with the Europa League anyway. And listen, you can go away anywhere in Europe and you can lose. I accept that. But it's the way that you lose when you go away in Europe. That's my issue. And that Sevilla game last season was a disgrace. The way that we lost it.
I see here Box coming in with the Europa League final in Dublin this year, and or 2024, and Man United versus Liverpool could be an option.
Yep. Hang on a second.
Listen.
Listen, we are gonna get robbed by what do you call it? Rob band. What was that? Bandit. Hang on a second. We have knock knock. Who's there?
Are you cold, Peter?
Who's hiding behind that mask?
Stand and deliver.
Hands up, baby, hands up. Give me your money, give me your money. That's the Glazers song.
Celebrate good time. Come on.
You feel a little bit better now, my friend. Anyway, I see Luan France also pulled in, everyone is pouring into the stream now. Hello, guys. How are you doing, guys? Let us know in the chat, we didn't forget about. How are you feeling, Peter? Are you feeling a little bit better today? It's been a dire week, hasn't it? Talk to us.
That was a dire performance. I mean, you know what? Look, let's give kudos to Harry Maguire. The guy for the last 3 games has probably been our best player. You know, after all the stick he's had.
But he looked like he suffered a concussion or something.
He did, yeah, I think so, yeah. And I was quite surprised that they let him play the full game, to be honest.
I don't think
That
they
could
should
have
have.
could have had repercussions for him. But hey, look, we won. That's it. You know, cast your mind back. Virtually 12 months to the day, Garnacho scored the last minute winner.
Yeah.
That made a big difference in our season. History's just repeated itself with Bruno.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the launching pad we need to get us going.
Yeah, well, hope so.
Big up, Tom. I think it's the first time I've ever spoke to you live, Tom. Actually,
yeah. I think we were on Nuruddin's channel once.
Once, yeah.
Might have been a while ago. But yeah, big up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up to
so,
you. Luan
look,
Francis
the win's a win.
Say we're not good enough. Yeah, it's a win-win. Luan Francis say we are not good enough to win the Europa League. Not the way we are currently. Our current form hasn't really started. I think.
No.
I don't know, guys. We're still in pre-season for some reason.
I was just going to say that we're in pre-season. Yeah,
we're in
it
pre-season.
feels like it.
Maybe soon we will kick on. I mean, today the confidence didn't look. I don't know. Maybe it was more caution the way we're playing. It was boring. It was lethargic. But at the end of the day, what matters, Peter? It's what's on the scoreboard. And 3 points, and now we're on sixth.
I mean,
at the moment.
Look, what it is, guys. When your back is against the wall, yeah, you've got to go into survival mode, haven't you? I mean, survival mode is don't let the opposition score. I mean, we won that game. I mean, I think let me say, McTominay's goal was a bit harsh that he got not scrubbed off. I think if it would have been any other team, they'd have got the goal. But we're Man United, and that's how it is, isn't it? So,
100%.
Fulham second half was starting to turn the screw on us, and Onana made 2 real good saves that basically kept us in the game. When Fulham, I think they had 3-4 corners right after each other in that phase of play, and I thought we were going to leak a goal, but we didn't. We held out, and that's what it is. The worrying thing for me is the commentators were saying, which I was picking up on it myself, is when we go forward, when we lose the ball, we're vulnerable to the counter-attack.
Yeah.
I know
because of the pace of the centre backs. That's one of the biggest problems.
But Wan-Bissaka was a little bit rusty, which is understandable. He's been out for a few months. So, you've got to give him a little bit of slack. Dalot kind of okay. I think the game changed when he brought Palestri on.
Yeah,
personally. Garnacho was probably our man of the match just for his attacking endeavour. Still a bit raw. The kid's still a bit raw, though, isn't he? But look, he's trying to do. Rasmus Højlund is starting to cut a bit of a forlorn figure, isn't he? I think he's getting a bit fed up of not being fed the ball.
Yeah,
there was one in the first, I think it was the second half, when Garnacho shot instead of crossing it to him, and he was perfectly there for the cutback.
Peter, let me just give you a stat. In 160 minutes in the last 2 games, United's not created 1 chance for Højlund in 160 minutes.
No. I think he's played 500 odd minutes without scoring, hasn't he?
But he's not scored since Galatasaray, isn't it?
No. I mean, in the league. We haven't scored a goal. One of our main strikers hasn't scored a goal in the Premiership yet. For a club of our stature, that is crazy.
Yeah. Can I just bring something out here when it comes to our play today? Because I'm not sure if people were aware of it and saw it. I'm just going to bring on my tactical board here to show it. So
you guys can. But I just want to mention Madhouse. I just want to mention Madhouse's because Maguire is not playing up to be 80 million to get rid of in January. That's so funny comment. Yeah, but big up. Yeah, let's have a look at your tactical board.
What happened today? Because Eriksen is let's say he was the number 6 and Dalot. So when we were building up, Dalot tucked in because number 8 that was Iwobi and Eriksen was dropping down. So what happened? We created a 2 against 1 on the number 8 Iwobi. So when Eriksen got the ball, he went out to the side. Garnacho dropped a little bit deeper. So and they had the Castagna as their right back, and then because of that, when Ericsson dropped a little bit deeper, we had an opening in here for Bruno all the time. Bruno, because Iwobi was 2 against 1. So we could set up Garnacho all the time. Garnacho had a lot of chances. But when he came down, they tucked in. So we had to pass a lot of balls, 45 degrees for shots. Sometimes they came to the byline, but he struggled with that. But that was basically our game plan with Ericsson, Bruno, and Garnacho and Dallo. So we actually had good play today, I would say, and I'm a little bit impressed because I see now patterns that I saw before the World Cup last season, and we had McTominay and Ericsson playing those games after the awful start, and then we started winning games again, and then we started doing these patterns on both sides with Luke Shaw and Dallo. But Luke Shaw probably does it better than Dallo, but this is what I have observed of the game.
The only thing I picked up on that tactic, though, Jarvis, was when we went forward, McTominay was bombing forward a lot, and Ericsson was left as the anchor man. That was a real dangerous strategy to play, in my opinion. Amrabat would have been better, or even Casemiro. Obviously, he can't play. I don't know what was wrong with Amrabat. He was on the bench, but didn't get on. But you've got to have an anchor man in midfield, because Ericsson has not got the legs to marshal the midfield on his own. Basically playing as a temporary CDM.
Yeah, he struggled
from up until Ericsson was playing some minutes. Ericsson was playing some bad passes. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was.
We were getting caught.
Yeah,
I'm
looking at it from a more. Yeah. I'm looking at it from a the tactical board again. Like what you were presenting, Jarvis. Big up for doing that and preparing that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like what lies ahead of us, like knowing that we have players on the bench that could do this job better as well. Like, yet we haven't seen Kobe Mainoo step on the grass as of yet, but he's been on the bench. We have Amrabat there. We have a lot of creative players as well that can come into the fray as well. So, yeah, barring that we are still kind of, like we say, in the preseason, gents, and we've been scraping by. It's been the worst start since, 61 years or so.
Yeah.
But this victory today was a step forward. I know we didn't play pretty, but sometimes whatever you say, winning games in the Premier League, you don't have to play pretty. It's winning those scrappy games as well, the 1-0s that matters to put on the scoreboard as well. So I take that tonight.
I agree. But the only thing I would say that was good today, we didn't look flat. The players had some attitude. They were trying hard, except from Anthony. Everybody worked hard. So that's a positive, I would say. McTominay he won a lot of duels in the midfield. Maguire, he won a lot of duels, a centre back. And Bruno, actually, he worked hard, and you could see it in on the goal with Pelestri, with the attitude. He won three duels for that goal, and that's good. That's what I like to see, because I can handle us playing bad, but I can't stand that we don't give effort. So today, I would say the effort was good.
It is a stat for you guys. If that would have been 0-0 today, that would have been the first 0-0 between Man United and Fulham in nearly 100 years. Believe it or not.
But we always seem to get like a 1-0 at the end, or especially in Craven Cottage. Yeah, it's always been like a 1-0. Anyway, Luan Francis making a good point, like a good valid point. 22 likes help the channel to grow. Smash the like, guys. You know how important it is for us to,
Just a quick one, guys. Everton are beating Brighton 1-0, and Brentford are beating West Ham 1-0.
Wow.
Woohoo!
And we're in sixth place. Considering how bad we've been, we're in sixth place.
How giddy are we now? Sixth place. Seriously. No, that's a good one. Luan France, do you want to come in and have a say? I will post the link as well. You've been on once, so I'll paste it again. Anyone that wants to come in and have an after party and have your say, tell us how you feel. I just posted the link, and you don't have to have your camera on. Just come in and talk to us. As what you say, 22 likes help grow the channel. It's been a little bit slow at the moment, but it's been because of, I think, all the negativity that's been around the club. People had enough of the takeover stuff and all the leagues.
Yeah.
So we needed this win, guys, for the community, for the global fan base. We need to wake up more tomorrow morning. It's Sunday to feel a little bit happier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mood is better now because it's been toxic the last week. Let's admit it. Everybody's been talking about Ten Hag out and how bad the players are. But we needed this win because now this could be the turning point, as Peter was mentioning, for us to move forward and start winning and start coming into form and performing. So I think it was really good. It was an important win.
It was like I said though, Jarvis. You know, we just need to hang on till get the Christmas out of the way and New Year fixtures, and then we'll have a flood of players coming back, and we can soft reboot the season. Anything we can win now till then is a bonus for me.
Yeah,
because we haven't had a full squad to play with. I know people say, "Oh, don't moan because you got," but no one's had the crippling injuries that Man United's had. That's the cold facts, isn't it? You tell me Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal could deal with the injuries we've had, the loss of them personnel. They'd be struggling. So we're doing well to hang on the way we are. And it'll come good.
Apparently Brighton
just believe it will.
Yeah. All good. Brighton just scored 1-1, and we have a guest coming in here in the background. Mr. JP. Welcome to the stage, Mr. JP. How are you doing, my friend?
Hi, Mickey. Hiya, buddy. I'm on your Telegram chat with Will and all that lot, and we've been
Brody, it's you, eh? Jay, welcome. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. You all right?
Yeah, mate, a little bit jet lag, but okay. I'm getting there, mate. Getting there. I'm just happy for the 3 points. Trying to keep it afloat. I think we are the only channel that has been trying to be positive this week, considering all this gash and Ten Hag out. We have never said Ten Hag out. We have never been talking any trash. Just keep it positive, man. Be real. And today we deserve it, Jay.
Yeah, we do. Even though it was a graveyard shift, I still personally think that we would have had a win, even if it was a scrappy win. We still got it, but I'm still positive. I'm still remain focused that we're qualified for the Champions League the next round, and then if we win a few more games, I think we've turned the season around.
Yeah. Who was your man of the match, according to your opinion today? Like, if you're going to talk about the man of the match, I know it's hard to pick a man.
I would have said Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka.
Okay,
good shout. Yeah. And why would you say Wan-Bissaka? Was there any particular reason, Jay?
He just basically didn't stop defending well. And there was a couple of reasons. There was a couple of reasons why I chose him. Is because there was a couple of times that basically the ball was given away. And he ran in and got the ball back, and he tackled a player twice to get the ball back.
Wicked. Jarvis, what do you say on that? Do you believe that Wan-Bissaka deserves to be the man of the match? Or shall we go over the ratings, guys?
Yeah, I see Wan-Bissaka's stats for the game. He had 1 interception. He had 6 recoveries actually, so he did well on that point. He had the 2 blocks, 2 clearances, and two headers clearances. So he had control on his side. The problem was he didn't have no support from Anthony, so he was alone 2 against 1. And William created problems for him all the time. And you can see that he was a little bit rusty when he goes forward. He stops and passes the ball backward again to the center back. He doesn't drive with the ball, and that comes with confidence and not having played a lot of games lately. So Wan-Bissaka was good for me. He wasn't man of the match, but I give him a good 6+.
Ivo Bosic is saying Onana man of the match hands down. RJ is saying he rates Maguire's performance today. Box is also agreeing that Maguire's performance easily, he says. Yeah, he didn't do anything well. I mean, it looked like he got a knock by Tyson Fury there, and he was playing with a concussion. So big up. Even the ref stopped the game to say, "Oh, you're right, mate."
Sorry, guys. You know what I was saying on a few streams ago, Mick, Jarvis and that, when it said we need continuity in defence. Can't you see the continuity of Maguire and Evans constantly playing together? Maguire and Evans both had solid games today. Now, you could say, Varane's better, this and that, but you need continuity in your defence. Same with any part of the field, midfield. This chopping and changing all the time just disrupts everything. Sometimes playing your lesser players can be your better players.
Yeah.
if they're playing well together.
That's it.
And we're seeing it with Maguire and Evans.
Yeah, it depends who's playing next to each other, really, because I think even when we've discussed it before, Varane and Maguire, I don't think complement each other very well.
No, they don't.
They're too similar.
They don't, no.
The only difference between the two of them is Varane's got legs and Maguire hasn't. That's really the only difference. They both want to be that physical, moulded defender to play on the right-hand side of defence. And Maguire, he's already said he's not. Well, anyway, with Ten Hag, he already said to Maguire, "You're not a left-sided centre half, and you'll never play that way if you want to play for my Manchester United, because he always wants a natural left footer to play there. And out of all the players that he has available right now, Shaw's not available to play it. Martin isn't available to play it. Johnny Evans is just as good with both feet, so he can utilise him in that position. And putting, Varane next to Evans, I don't really see how they can compare. Maguire and Evans, I think, is more comparable based upon the very similar profile of players. But Johnny Evans has that locker of a pass out of the box, as we saw when we played Burnley again. But you need to have the runners who's going to make that run for you to play the ball to. And unfortunately, on that side where he'd want to play that pass, Anthony's not going to make that run. So he's kind of stuck where he can't. He's not going to play a pass into no man's land. So it probably shows why we have the slugginess that we do in possession and playing out from the back. But it's makeshift. That's the one thing that I think he's having to do. It's just a makeshift option till he gets the players back.
Can we just stay on that topic, because I want to ask Jay as well as a Gibichon for calling in. So big up to you, Jay, as well. We were covering the press conference and he was talking about consistency, how we're not pressing as a team and stuff like that. Do you reckon him sacrificing like a Varane and just going with the trusty slow backline like Johnny Evans and Maguire was the sort of little bit of a change just to calm things down, because we've been leaking a lot of goals lately?
Basically, my opinion is
not to play from the back.
Yeah, my opinion is that basically we needed to drop a few players today to obviously give the young ones legs, because obviously the pace, the run out. But obviously the person I would like to see is Kobe Manu to come on for Eriksen or Scott McTominay. And give it a bit more pace, because we are slacking, we are in certain places. And before, Erik Ten Hag didn't have a formation, and obviously he hasn't still got a formation. But I personally feel that he doesn't put the players in the positions that they should be in, and he lets them carry on what they want to do. But for today, I think they got the positions right. Eriksen did well in the midfield by himself, and obviously let everyone else run free reign, because obviously that's why we got the late goal. But obviously if we had a proper formation and a proper players playing in positions that they should be with the players that we've got, I think we'll get a few more results.
Oh, big up. Yeah, no, 100% agree with you guys. Box is saying here with basically Johnny, Mohamed Zaki was saying that Johnny Evans makes us a little bit more stable. Yeah. They're not the quickest players, and that's what I was thinking, because he talked about it in the press conference. So basically, he was sacrificing the speed and the agility with more stable centre backs. Even if they're slow, they're stable, right?
You have a good point there. Sorry, Mika, interrupting you, but you have a very clear role dividement between them two, because Maguire is the one that pushing out and going into the duel and trying to block and trying to win the ball, and you have the same with Evans, always covering the space in behind. So it's very easy for them to know what to do, and it's very clear. When you have, for example, Varane, sometimes he goes up, sometimes he drops down, and it's not 100% clear. So it's easier for Maguire to play with Evans, I believe, and Evans is very experienced and he has played the game before. So with those two guys, we look okay against teams like Fulham. But we got to remember their strikers was that guy. What's his name again? Muniz, and they swapped in Vinicius. So both of them are in a way toothless. So they had no pace. So they weren't threading the speed in behind. So I would say in games like this, Maguire and Evans is more than good enough for us.
Yeah, well, games like this. Box is saying with Varane, Martinez, Lindelof, we shipped in 7 versus Liverpool, 6 versus Manchester City, 4 versus Brighton. You got a point there, right? You absolutely have a point. But with that comes sacrifices that we not, I've seen it whenever those Maguire is playing, like, it's very slow. Like, if you're going to play out the back, in the first half, I was looking like, why are they doing what they did against, when De Gea was protecting the goal stakes as well? They were basically sitting at the edge of the box, just protecting Onana. You don't have to do that. But and that's according to me, like, we couldn't play out from the back. It was no transition in the midfield, at least in the first half. So, yeah, massive in-game management in the second half when he took on the youngsters and it changed the game. And that's Mount was brilliant at the second half as well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So maybe
I'd like to say also thank you for. I'd like to say thank you for whoever gave me a month's subscription last night on the show. Be part of the team.
That was
Jay. That's probably Fatty or Angie.
Fatty or Angie or.
Yeah, Fatty gifted 5, Angie gifted 10, and Rushmano gifted 20 memberships. So it was a big night for the members.
Yeah, Rushmano as well. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Rushy. So big up to all of you for gifting.
You know what though, Mick? Just coming back to saying about the defence, if you cast your mind back a few games ago, obviously with problems with left back, this is why I said we should play 3-5-2. If you play 3 solid centre backs with fast-paced wing backs, then fast-paced wing backs can cover your slow centre backs. You understand what I'm saying? That's the point of 3-5-2. Them wing backs have to constantly bomb up and down the wing
forward,
but they cover, and you use your 3 centre backs as a brick wall. Got Maguire, Evans, and Lindelof for me are 3 solid centre backs. You don't have to do anything fancy. All you got to do is defend and just distribute the ball quick. That's it. And then the wing backs take care of it. Obviously, you see the amp, but then be the anchor man in that system.
Obviously, he tried everything, Peter. He tried everything, like, up to now. So, what can we do from here? Basically, who was the man of the match according to BT? Right? Was it Maguire?
Bruno Fernandes.
Because
I would say Maguire.
Bruno Fernandes. Just because Bruno scored a goal, right? But the majority of the VR room is saying Bruno Fernandes is what I can read. But, I want to hear from you guys. Like, I go with you, Jarvis. Who was your man of the match if you had to give it to somebody?
Yeah, we had several players putting in a good performance. We had Bruno, we had Garnacho, Maguire, even McTominay had a good performance. Onana had good saves. Fullbacks was good. So all of them performed at an average plus level, except from Anthony. But if I have to pick one, I would say Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maguire.
Yeah. So I agree. For Maguire, I'm so sorry for being critical, but roses. You give roses when roses are due. Yeah.
Someone on the door, Mick.
Someone at the door. Who?
Yeah, we have someone in the back room. I will add her, and we have Luan in the house. Big up, Luan.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hi.
Luan.
Hey.
Oh,
Luan.
hi guys. I don't know. I always seem to be having issues with hearing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, but I'm
It's
not
like
hearing
you-
myself. I tried
don't-
putting the earphones in. It's not working.
Really? Can you hear us? Hey.
I can
It's
see
like
me,
a
but I
Eurovision.
can't.
Okay, this is like Eurovision Song Contest. Canada, can we have your votes, please? Voyons-Mini, 2 points.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I made
Talk
some
to
notes.
us.
I made some
Yeah.
notes, and I'm going to be really quick. So,
It's okay.
as you know, I mod on that other channel, so I don't really get to watch the game as much. I usually watch it back after, right? So you were asking about thoughts. my thoughts, I'm really happy that we got 3 points. This is like amazing that we're able to do that. These days, I don't know. Oh my God, it's so tough being a United supporter these days. Yeah, what did you say?
Yeah, it is tough being Man United supporter.
Yeah. So another thing that I've noticed, people have been typing in, Maguire is better, sell him. Should we sell somebody who's doing much better for us when we're so crap?
Fair point.
Fair point, yeah.
Right? I mean, I remember when he first started, I felt like he was a brick in the back there. When I say brick, I don't mean unmoving. I mean a brick as in really tough, really doing the job for us back there. And then things started going. There's something that I've been saying for a while. Usually in the United supporters, as soon as you make a mistake, they come down on you. And I think a lot of that has had a major effect on his performances. Am I wrong? Does anybody else feel that way?
Possible. It is, yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you feel like people don't love you and like you, you do kind of mope about them. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like. Okay, go ahead.
No, I mean, it's funny what you're saying there, because the ones that have been sitting on the bench and the ones that we've been crying over the summer transfer window that we want to get rid of has actually been the one that's been saving us lately, and that's McTominay and
Maguire.
And yeah, and but still, like, according to my opinion, we need something better. Like, if we want to move on in the next summer window. But for now, we got to back our team. Like, we are. I'm not player FC. I don't hate, but I just say that if you're not good enough for the shirt, you're not going to play. So big up, like, hats off for them for trying and performing, for actually putting, a shift in where others are not, caring at the moment. You know what I mean? So it is a team sport. Like, football is a team sport. Sometimes form comes out the window. Sometimes forms come back, and currently Rashford is out of the form. It is like that. But at the end of the day, if we're going to be able to compete, I believe that Maguire and McTominay is not the answer for the future. So we got to just stick by it and see what we can do in this summer window. But it is for what it is for now, right? That's just my opinion, like, So
can I just say one thing to chat while we're all here? If there's one player we could get in the January transfer window, which player would you go for? A creative midfielder or another centre back?
You know what? There's a lot of static. Am I the only one hearing it?
Nope.
Yeah.
No. You're hearing it, Mick?
Nope.
No? It's really spooky. What did you ask?
I asked if we could just get one player in the January transfer window, would you buy a creative midfielder because we're not linking up properly with our attacker, or would you buy another centre back?
I think with Varane, Maguire, we have so many people in the back, right? And right now we have Luke Shaw out, we have Martinez out, we have a lot of people to come back, and I think that we could build on what we have there. I wouldn't go that way. I'll go in the midfield.
No.
Yeah. What would you say, Peter? Would you agree on that midfield?
I think we need a creative midfielder because we're not connecting with our striker, are we? Højlund is not getting no service. To be fair, when Martial plays, he's getting no service. So them three midfielders we have of Bruno, Eriksson and Mount, they're not cutting the mustard for me. We need a better ball carrying midfielder.
Every time you talk, Peter, Peter talks, I'm getting a terrible static.
Funny enough, my wife said that.
Okay. Yeah, Luan, he was saying that he preferred to have a ball carrying centre back because currently we don't have anyone to service, the strikers and the wingers. Ericsson is
Okay,
Ericsson's a
so
little bit too leggy. Yeah. So yeah,
yeah,
midfielder, 100%.
okay.
But I don't think
Go ahead.
I don't think we will have. I don't think we will have the money in the January window to do anything. So
No,
we'll
we
probably
don't.
look at the loan
That's
market.
the thing. We don't seem to have any money to do anything. Oh, one last thing before I take off. My friend Derek sent me a WhatsApp message in the middle of the game. It said, "Jesus Christ, we need to pray, not play. We need to pray for this team."
That's what.
Oh my God!
But listen,
I almost died. I was having my coffee, it almost came up. I was like, "Oh my Lord!" He's literally, Jesus Christ. We need to pray for this team.
Yeah. Listen, the answer for your prayers is what some of the VR rooms say. We have Amad Diallo coming in as well into the frame. We also have what people are saying, Kobe Maino as well. Like, there's some players that could do the job as well. We also have Dan Gore. We also have the youngsters such as Hannibal Mejbri and stuff like that. So the question is, if we get one on loan, that's that, but we do have players that are ready to step in,
You know what?
Regarding the left,
honestly, for me right now, I kind of feel like maybe we should just use the youth when they're well, of course, when they're not injured, just like this year, this season. I just feel like the youth are the answer. I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel like if we use the youth, just bring them in and let them play. Just give them and just watch the season. I've actually been saying that for a little while. But this season especially, it's made me feel like, why? I feel like we put a lot of money out there for players. We've changed the coach. Since I started supporting United, we've had Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole, what's his name before? Rangnick. And that's 5. That's 5 different coaches since I started. And Ole seemed to be the one that lasted the longest of all of those coaches. I don't know. I've always felt like because Ole is united to the core, if he had somebody to help him tactically, it might have been the answer. But then as soon as things started going down, it was like, get rid of the coach. That seemed to be, what everybody thinks would help it. But I've said many times that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. It's insane. It's insane to think that changing the coach is going to make us better. We still got the terrible Glazers who are taking the money out. Now we want to bring what's his name? Mr. Rat in. Like, what is he going to do? 25%. He doesn't have a major say. And they seem to be of the same kind of, I don't know, thought or mindset. It makes no sense.
The Glazers.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. So I feel like we should go back to the drawing board, expect that in the next 4 or 5 years, we're not going to be up there the way we used to be or the way that a lot of old supporters seem to think. And we need to get the youth out. I've said that so many times, but people keep saying to me, oh, they can't do it. But that's because they want instant gratification. Instant gratification. Like, we have to start from the top and get them out, please. I mean, I know I have no say. I could say that until blue in the face, it's not going to change anything. Right?
But that's the thing. Like, you know, you come here and speak the honest fact, and what you're basically saying is what I've been saying is as well. Like, you know, we are no longer the Manchester United that we used to be. So why not just knock down the foundation, knock down the building, and start fresh, building brick by brick? Like, you know? Yeah, we have to. And you gotta create a sporting project, get rid of the ownership, establish like a sporting vision, and build on that. Like, you know. And that's going to take you 2 to 3 years, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, even if you get new owners, even if Sheikh Yassim comes in or Ratcliffe or who else come in, you know, we have to sort of be patient, and you know, success will not come over one season. Like, you know, just look at what say Newcastle is doing, right? Organically.
Instant gratification. That's what I was saying. There's a lot of people expecting instant gratification. Oh, do you know how many times I've heard, oh my God, we got this player or that player. Oh, he's going to firm up the back end or the center. You know, the midfield is going to be awesome. You know, this person's going to link up with that person. It's going to be wonderful. And it hasn't happened. You know, it hasn't happened, and I don't think it's going to just happen like that either. You know,
no, but listen, at the end of the day, like, you know, at the end of the day, I hear what you're saying. You know, at the end of the day, it's a cultural makeshift that needs to be taking place as well, and the players needs to also be like, you know, because currently, if you Luan, if you're working for a company where you have no culture, no HR vision or strategy, everything comes from the top to the bottom, then you have a toxic environment, work environment. And who wants to work that, right? But you know, yeah. But if you have full employment engagement, if you have full employment engagement, everyone is communicating, everyone knows what's the vision, everyone's kind of pitching in. So that's like contagious. It goes all the way from the top down to the dressing room or the mail room in a normal company. We don't have that communication link. So anything, you know, above Ten Hag stops there because they only care about making top four, making money. That needs to stop. Now, if you look at other clubs like Brighton, like Arsenal, like everyone else around us, they surpassed us because they have a vision now. They have right people in place. They have a sporting director. We have been appointed a fake sporting director that is not a sporting director, just to please our fans. And the way the Glazers are winning is to give us toys every now and then to say, oh, look, we got this player. Everyone is getting forget everything, right? And that has been the hamster wheel cycle.
Exactly. Hamster wheel is exactly how I'll sort of describe it. You know, around and around, but going nowhere, right? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. We have terrible owners, and it trickles all the way down. And there's just so much discontent within the whole, from the top to the bottom, from owners right down to players, down to supporters. Nobody is happy. Nobody is happy. I've heard different people say, oh, if we're playing silky football, then it will be wonderful, right? Silky football is one thing. Then there's people in the fan, you know, the supporters, fan base supporters who are saying, oh, we're not winning. We want to win. So some want silky football, some wants to win, right? Can't we have silky football and win at the same time? But it's not going to happen now, is it?
First you need to get the foundation right. Yeah, 100%. And then you got to build from there. Like silky football will come. You know, right now the form is not there, and form, as I say, form is temporary, right? Not always consistent. You know, I mean, I think we will pick up our form eventually as we go. We just have to believe and just grind it out. You know. I think we will have new ownership resolution very soon, you know. And the thing is, it's not in our hands. You know, British journalists don't know. Everyone is the only person that knows the answers. The only person that knows the answer is the Glazers. They decide, you know, at the end of the day. And I believe they've been backed into the corner financially. They have to sell.
It would be nice.
Agree with me. Yeah.
That would be nice. Jarvis, you're very quiet.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just sitting here playing with my tactical board and trying to recreate some of the stuff that was going on during the game, because I'm a tactics guy, so that's just the way it is. You have some interesting points, and I would say I'm really happy. The most important thing today was the 3 points. Have we lost today, it would be more toxic. We would see more journalists going after Ten Hag, and the fan base would be more divided. But now I think we will quiet down the minority vocal Ten Hag outers, and we can move on and try to win against Copenhagen, because the only way we can win if we all pull in the same direction. We can't be going one to the right and one to the left, then we go nowhere. So it's about getting this team going, and maybe hopefully this will be the turning point of the season, because I think you could see the joy in the eyes and the bodies of the players when we scored. There was a kind of relief. Everybody was like cheering. Even I'm a really quiet guy, but I was screaming when I was watching that goal, and I think most of the fan base did that. It was kind of like tons of weight going out of down from our shoulders. So I'm really happy with today.
Yeah, well, not with everything, but with the 3 points.
Yeah.
Well, the way I see it, I actually saw a lot of positives today, and the effort was there. We had some patterns we were trying to recreate. We did it again and again. So in a way, I think I see a lot of positive signs from today's game. But we started here, so we can't be up there right away. It takes time, so we have to go the steps gradually. So now we take in one step up. And next time against Copenhagen, we will do another step. That's how I believe we will progress. And we see more and more players coming back from injuries. Just a couple of weeks, we will see Luke Shaw back in the team. We have Mainu on the bench. We have Fambisakas back. So the pieces are falling into place at the moment, as I see it.
You know what? I'm really happy to see Wan-Bissaka back too. And from what I heard, but because, I'm not really looking at the game as much because I'm on the computer. I'm listening to Papi over here. I'm dealing with Piggy here, and the game's on over there. So, I'm not really into the game quite the same as, when I'm just watching. But from what I heard, it's positive.
Yeah, it was a lot of positive. I see here Muhammad Saki says spot on. He agrees with me, and that's good to see. I have some support in the VAR room, because we have come to a point where if you are positive as a United fan, you are wrong. But today I feel a little bit better, and I have the chest to say, I think we played okay, and okay plus in a way. Okay, I see Tom left the building. So when we go back to the game and we can see some stats, we actually Fulham actually performed better than us when it comes to expected goals. They had more clear chances, but we had a good goalkeeper today, and we have seen now Onana is beginning to perform every game. So what do you guys think about Onana? Is he back? Are he starting to be the player we expected? Peter?
Yeah, Jarvis, Luan, yeah. Onana is starting to put the performances in, isn't it? It's like any new player that comes to a club. It takes time, doesn't it, to bed in. You can't hit the deck running and be a superstar straight away. But the last few games, he's made saves that kept us in the game. Today, for example, it's 2 saves, won us the game, in effect. If they'd have gone, one of them would have gone in, then obviously we're on the back foot. He probably would have caved and lost. So, he's I think them 2 saves he done in the second half were the first saves he done in the game. So, when he's being called upon, he's doing the job, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But I have seen I think Onana has realized that he gotta concentrate on being a goalkeeper, not
Well,
the quarterback, as you've seen in the first couple of games. So now he's looks more focused when it's come to the shot stopping and actually just being a goalkeeper. And I think he's realized that he can't play as we did as he did in Inter. We all saw the Champions League final. He was brilliant against Manchester City. But it's not the same team. We don't have the same. But when we see Martinez back, and we will see Varane coming more gradually, we will have better ball-playing midfielders coming in with Amrabat coming into form. We will see probably Mainu coming and play a lot of games. So I think we can expect more. But at least he's performing at the ground level what we can expect from a goalkeeper, and that's saving shots, and that's really positive.
That is positive. Absolutely. Well, like I said, I don't really get to really look at the game in the true sense of it, but from what I'm hearing, because I listen all the different places while it's going on, right? Yeah, I'm here, I'm there, I'm over here, and so I never really get to just really sit and enjoy the game like I used to, But from what I heard, he was pretty positive, because earlier I actually went to see Papi when he was doing the chill along before I went over to Piggy, because I woke up really late. I woke up really late, and I had to have that coffee, and I'm still having it for that matter. So I went to see Papi, and then I had to go back over to see Piggy, right? And when after I said bye to Papi, before I could even switch over to Piggy, I heard Papi, "Oh, Nana just kept us in," and I was like, he did a great save there somehow, right? I was like, that is awesome. It's really helpful when we have a goalkeeper who could keep the balls out of the net. It's so important, because honestly, I was starting to feel like we needed De Gea back. To be honest, I didn't think that the goalkeeper position was what we needed to really zone in on to change immediately. We had another year without spending any money, and I felt like that money could have gone elsewhere to build something. But they brought Onana in, so he's part of the team, and I will support him. But for a while, I honestly felt like, no, it was a mistake. I honestly did. I made a Facebook post actually, went, if we begged really sincerely, would De Gea come back after one game? I did. And I mean, I'm not sorry. I did. That's how I felt at the time. But at this point, I feel like we need to support him the best. And with him getting better every game or so, it's the same thing as Maguire. Everybody's been having all these negative thoughts about Maguire. But since he stepped up, there's been a lot more, he saved us kind of attitude, from the fan base. So I'm thinking it's the same with Onana. Onana, Maguire. Oh, also don't forget my Scotty Mac.
He had a good game today. I agree. He won a lot of duels. He was he broke up the play when Fulham were trying to attack us. So I liked his effort. He's a little bit too much sideways, in my opinion. He should see the opportunities when we have them. But again,
inside passing
at the basics, and that's good.
You mean side-to-side passing instead of trying to move forward, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, because that's the role of a number 8 in the modern game football. They need to carry the ball and start the attack. But if you pass it sideways, you start over again in a way. So we have to be faster and see the opportunities. I just want to say Mick has some problems with this internet. It's breaking down. But I just posted a comment here, the link in the comment section. So we will be wrapping up soon, but we will have Sachiv coming on and have his say on the game in the last 5 minutes. So big up, Sachiv. So how did you see the game?
Sorry.
Jarvis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
I
Mick
do
is
beg your
breaking
pardon.
in.
I am just moved to Thailand, so
Make you in Thailand. Woohoo!
So
Yeah, can you
Chiefs
hear me
in the
now?
house.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
you're breaking up,
just
Mick.
came here 2
It's
days
on and
ago,
off.
waiting for the broadband service. So yeah, it's achieved in
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Can you guys?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All I'm just here to say was like it was much needed 3 points. Yeah, I was hella relief, man. Like our final third is not good, man, still, but it was just a moment of brilliance from a nice composure shot from Bruno Fernandes and Facundo Pellistri. I knew this guy will come here and he will do something out of it. Pellistri is my guy, He's now my guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's my guy now, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What an effort on the goal.
Hannibal is my guy. Hannibal. I love Hannibal.
Mm.
Are you like Hannibal as well? Yeah.
I love Hannibal.
He's decent. He's decent, but yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
just don't think he's just I don't think he's just yet ready, but I'm sure he will do fine in some games coming up. Yeah, yes. All I'm going to say was like first half it was a much good intensity from our players. Scott McTominay, I thought he did well. He won some aerial duels. Like Scott McTominay did actually fine to me. But still, yes, Jarvis, you were spot on. He was still like doing a little bit like sideways and stuff. He didn't he wasn't really like he wasn't doing like any forward passing and all. Yes, and Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans in 2023, they have done well. They have done their job well.
Mm.
I can't believe is Johnny Evans in. Was he the guy under Fergie? He
Yeah,
is
who
the
would
guy.
have
He was
thought?
the guy under Fergie. Oh dear.
Mm-mm. But you
Onana,
got to
man.
think. Sorry, I just want a little fast point to Johnny Evans. We got to remember Louis van Gaal. He plays like the similar total football as Ten Hag is trying to do, but he got rid of Johnny Evans because of his ball playing abilities. So we're playing with crutches at the moment with Maguire and Evans, even though they are putting in performances, and that's good. But that's one of the main issues why we don't see this fluent Ten Hag style, because we don't have any center backs who can play out the ball. Today we had to solve it with Eriksen dropping in the back three and Eriksen starting the pass forward and creating for us. So that's why we have a little bit problems at the moment, and people they are saying we don't have any style of play. So this is why I don't agree with it, because you got to see the situation we're in at the moment. But big up to Johnny Evans and Maguire. So you were saying, Sajiv?
Yeah, Jarvis, you made an absolute good point, and that point of yours actually reminded me of Ten Hag's press conference that he said, like at the moment, like this team can't this team can't do the Ajax style of play. He said something like this in the press conference. It's true, and it's a fact. Like I'm not really gonna really disagree on it. To be fair, yeah. Other than that, as Botswana Papi says, Onana deserves a pay rise. He deserves a pay rise.
Wow, you got to start giving away the money. You're broke. You got to remember,
guys. We can't give away what we don't have.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, all jokes aside, man. But Onana is starting to improve on his shot stopping, and I really hope Onana shuts down the real United therapies. Because he never wanted Onana in the summer. I hope Onana comes good, and and hope so it comes true. Yeah, Meg, I understand your internet is down, but yeah, sometimes Yeah.
I just want to say, Sashif, I want to ask Peter, because we saw today again Varane starting on the bench. He came on for a couple of minutes at the end of the game. What's going on? Do you have any injuries? Is he carrying a knock, or is it illness, or did he fall out with Ten Hag? Do you have heard any rumors from Manchester or anything?
I haven't heard anything about Varane. As far as I know, he's fit to play. So whether him and Eric Ten Hag have had a little bit of a fallout, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I mean, look, this is what I was saying about the continuity of centre backs playing together. We all know Varane is a better centre back than Maguire and Evans. The problem with Varane is this: he can't play 5 to 8 games back to back, can he? Before he gets an injury or he needs to be rested. So it's better to play lesser players who you can get a better partnership together while you need them.
Yeah,
it's
that's
as simple as that.
point.
And maybe he's looking at, because Ten Hag's played Maguire and Evans the last few games together. Maybe he's looking at this and thinking, "Why are you leaving me out?" Well,
what's it with the French players, though? They all seem to be made of glass. So far, we've had Pogba, Varane, Martial. Like, what's going on?
You know what, Luan? You know what it could be? The intensity of the Premiership.
Yeah.
You think so, huh?
Maybe they can't handle it.
Yeah.
There's actually been done studies about that, and the players who adapt the best to the Premier League is from the Spanish league. The Italian league and the German league is like 50-50. But the French league is not that bad. It's actually number 2 of the leagues, of the top 5 leagues, who adapt the best to the Premier League. So in a way, we have been unlucky when it comes to the French players, and we have other people coming from France, like who was I thinking of? Eric Bailly? No, he's not French. He's
we have Louis Saha from France.
Yeah. Louis Saha, yeah, he was one of those.
Yeah, Gabriel Everton. No.
I see here Ivo Bosic comes in with a comment on our defense. He said the issue with our defense is they're trying to play too deep, but that cause they're too slow. They need to move higher to compress the field. This is why we suck in pressing. Spaces between back and front is too big, and that's 100%. You're spot on, Ivan Bosic. The space between defense and attack is way too deep. It's actually like we play with 2 different teams. You have the 6 in the back and the 4 in the front, and you can especially see it against Manchester City when they were passing the ball around. We were dragged out. So there was huge spaces in the middle of the field for City.
You know what, Jarvis? Coming to what Ivo Bosic said there about our defence and the midfield, this is what I'd seen in the game today, was when we went forward, McTominay was going forward and Eriksen was dropping back as the anchor man. Now, Eriksen, one, is not mobile enough to play an anchored central defensive midfield role. Yeah. 2, he was misplacing passes. So when the ball got turned over, we were getting caught on the back foot all the time. So, but Bosic is right there, as in our midfield setup was wrong today. It was totally wrong. We should have played that Amrabat or even gambled on playing Mainu as a CDM.
Yeah, you have a pointer, Peter. But see here, Ivo Bosic comes up. He said, but the defense is at least it is the least of our issues. Our creating players sucks. We create nothing useful up front for our forwards or attacking mids, and that's true. That's what I also can see, and what the point you are addressing there, Peter. Maybe we should try a different constellation of midfielders to be more creative going forward. But today, I will say the midfield trio of Eriksen, McTominay, and Bruno was actually they have some. They are on the same page when they play. They understand each other. Maybe it's not the best players, but at least they can put in a performance and know how to play with each other. So that's at least one positive I see. But we lack the creativity output when it comes to our midfield at the moment, as I see it. Yeah. Do you have any more good comments here? No. So you were saying, Luan? Say again.
Lewinson.
No, I was asking who was the third person? Erickson, Bruno, and
Scott
McTominay.
I think Scott.
Oh, okay. Oh, my Scotty Mac.
So we are in 1 hour 30 minutes into the stream. Do any of you have some final words you want to say, or should we just wrap it up?
Yes, Jarvis. Like all I had to say, like, it should have been a 2-0 to us, because I feel like it wasn't offside, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know what on earth was that. Was that like offside decision? It was never offside. I've never seen such an offside goal being like a goal being rolled off in my lifetime, man. It was, the goal should have stood. Scott McTominay should have scored. I mean, yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, the discussion boils down to if Maguire was involved in the play or not, and the referee was pointing out that he meant that Maguire was interfering with the play when he put out his foot on the ball to Bruno. I think it's too harsh, so I agree with you, Sanjeev. But like, in the name of the law, yeah, they can defend it and they won't go back on it. So it's just the way it is. We are used to this as Man United supporters. They are always go against us in the 50-50 things. Yeah. When it comes to 50-50, they always go against us, because it will create less controversy. Then we will just be a group of whiny Man United fans, instead of all of BT Sports and everybody going down on the referees. So it's easier for them to give the 50-50s against us. And we have seen this season.
A lot, right? So is it Anthony Taylor who got relegated?
Yes. Yeah. Championship.
Oh my goodness.
Good. Yeah, the guy. That
he loves us, doesn't he?
Bro, like, I remember that game when we beat Chelsea 2-0 away from home, right? Like, I think it was Harry Maguire, right? He was meant to get sent off, or I don't want to say that, but like, he was meant to get a red, but the referee just gave Harry Maguire yellow card only. It was meant to be a red. Like, it was I think it was during
before. Did he already have a yellow?
No, but it's
red.
Yeah, it was meant to be a straight red, but like this, it was like Anthony Taylor just literally just gave him a yellow card only. I think Harry Maguire, I don't want to say that word, but like, he just like fouled on was it on Batshuayi?
Oh yes. Where's Batshuayi? Does anybody know?
I have no clue, man. He was at Chelsea. I think he was on loan to
Chelsea. He hasn't been at Chelsea for a while.
Yeah, he was on loan to Dortmund as well, and then I actually don't even know. He might be at Turkish league. I don't know, but
oh yes, I think so. Anyway, forget him. He's not United.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I see Batshuayi. He plays at the moment in where is he? Fenerbahce, I believe, in Turkey.
Turkish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to check it out. I see here a good comment from George Best, GB 1007. He says, "Does anyone even remember when I commented that I like to see Pelestri and Bruno interchange?" So I remember that, George Best. You were spot on. It worked. So really good.
Oh, he's obviously very happy about that. Way to go, Georgie.
Georgie knows his ball. That's good.
He's the real George Best, man. He's the real guy.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sanjeev, do you wanna shout out your channel and Twitter?
Yes.
Before we leave?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can find me on my own YouTube channel. It's called Kenny Fan TV. You can just I do. We actually I have a photo. It's like it's I basically I drove a Honda Civic car, like it's literally it's just like a blue in color. So yeah, you guys will know that.
Mm-hmm.
I found you
Luan?
in a while back. Oh, I
Yeah, yeah.
don't. I just sit in. I don't do any streaming or anything like that. I've only recently started actually coming online. I just
Oh,
basically
yeah,
see the shadows.
Yeah.
But I see
yeah.
you
I'll be doing
moderating on all the other channels and this one. I see you are moderators on Flying Pig and all of the other channels. A lot of, so you're busy with the good job in the comment section.
Yeah, I just got in there a few years ago, and he made me a mod, and yeah.
Yeah, Joe is a great guy, by the way. Hey, Peter, do you want to say any last words before we leave?
Yeah, quick summary. You know what? Much deserved win, I think, today. Much needed win. You know, we didn't set the world alight, but hey, what team does set the world light every game? No one does. We've got 2 big games coming up before the break. Copenhagen away and Luton. And if we can win them both games, you know, we're in a better place than what we was. All of a sudden, the storm clouds are disappearing. So, you know what? Glory, glory, Man United. We go marching on.
Very
Yeah,
good
so
words.
that's it, man.
Before we go, yeah, Luan.
We're up to 6th, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 in the league.
Yeah, we've
Very
actually put
surprising.
everybody
Very
else.
surprising.
But it would be wonderful if we could be up there as opposed to down past 10, as we've been all season
Yeah.
long. It would be so lovely to finish higher up. You know, I can't tell you how much that would mean to me.
Luan,
Also,
imagine this, my love. We could finish in the top 5 at the start of the year, the next year, within the top 5 at the beginning of January. No one would have thought that could happen. Like you just said there, we're in 6th place. We're there already.
yeah, we are just 4 points behind actually. Yes, I'll be doing a watch along for the Newcastle and Arsenal watch along, and also
When is that?
it's I think it's like at
5:30, isn't it?
yeah, it's like 4:30 Australia time.
Yeah.
Today? On Saturday?
Today, yeah.
Yeah. For you guys, it's like Saturday night. Yeah.
The Newcastle game is 6:30 p.m. Central European time, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
So
that's the last
1:30.
game of the day.
Oh, soon. That's very soon.
Yeah.
I'll join you, Kenny. I'll
I'll be doing
follow.
Arsenal watch along, and I will also be doing I'll be also doing the Dortmund watch along. This is going to be a scintillating watch along.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So now we got to wrap it up. Thank you, Sachi, for coming on, Luan for coming on, Peter for coming on, and all the other guests who came on. Jay and Mick. Mick lost his internet. I just want to remind you before you go, if you haven't, you got to remember, hit the like and subscribe. And please leave a comment in the non-live section after the show. It will help out the algorithm. So
one last thing, please. Mick, I hope you're having a wonderful time in Thailand. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
I think he will appreciate it. So big up, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
We say our usual words: peace, love, and banana, and go United.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. Subscribe if you have not done so yet. If you want to take it to the next level, you can always show your appreciation to sponsor our channel by clicking below the video title, where you will see the heart icon with the text saying, thanks. Or you could buy me a cheeky little coffee by scanning this barcode, or visit this link to buy me a virtual coffee. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. Remember, glory, glory, Man United. Glazers out. It is green and gold until we are announced and sold. That was all from me. I wish you a good day and a great match experience, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.
And we have Lou on in the house.